What time is it? It's Packard Folks at time. Hat? Check. Shirt? Check. Pants? Optional. Mug? Double check. Check us out at cafepress.com/PackardPokesat where you can get all this great merchandise and more.
Do you like Packard Pokesat and want to hear it on demand and on the go? Download the free app today at Stitcher.com. Available on iOS, Android, Nook, and iPad.
This is Packard Pokesat, and I'm poking at your news.
Hello, everybody. This is Packard Pokesat, the Midweek Show. This is episode 424, I think. Something like that. I've lost track.
That's what I've got. You changed the numbering system, so.
Yeah, I did. Shh, that's inside baseball. But,
does that mean I can't? Does that mean I can't cry?
What's that? You can't steal home, Connie.
No, I can't cry. I guess that's what that means.
There's no crying in inside baseball. There's no crying in inside baseball.
Homeland Security is outlining new deportation rules.
Anybody who doesn't look white automatically gets deported, right?
Well, they're not supposed to racially profile. That's a no-no. Yeah.
Not supposed to. Like that never happened.
Yep. So, this is on NPR. And the Trump administration is releasing more of its plans to crack down on illegal immigration, enforcing the executive orders President Trump issued in late January, calling for increased border security and stricter enforcement of immigration laws. The people who are in this country and pose a threat to our public safety or have committed a crime will be the first to go, spokesman Sean Spicer told reporters, and we will be aggressively making sure that occurs. That is what the priority is. Under the new rules, the department would greatly expand the number of immigrants who are prioritized for removal. This includes a person in the country illegally who may have committed a crime but is not charged, who has abused, quote unquote, abused any program related to receipt of public benefits, or who an immigration officer deems a risk to public safety or national security. And that last one is pretty loosey-goosey, if you ask me.
Yeah, the whole thing sounds pretty loosey-goosey.
Yes, it does. And that's the problem that they're saying. In many, there's a quote here from Maria Elena, who is the executive director of National Immigration Law Center. In many years of practicing immigration law, I have not seen mass deportation blueprint like this one. This means I
saw something along those lines, where there's this picture of this, they've got a guy who's obviously like a Mexican or something, and it says, "You want to deport us? Haha, have fun paying $11 for lettuce."
Yeah, I know. I know.
The last time they tried this shit was in, I forget, there was another state that tried this. I think maybe it was been Arkansas or some southern state that tried this shit, that they just deported a whole shit ton of people, and a lot of businesses went under because they couldn't get their crops out of the fields in time.
Yeah.
And that's not being, racist or anything. That's just, there's a lot of people who live under the radar, as it were, and they do those menial jobs. I've done that menial type of job before myself, so I understand.
Yeah. Well, it's how the business model is, though, for farmers. And so, besides the fact that a lot of times our crop, what we buy in our grocery stores has been subsidized subsidized by the government. So, what we are paying in the grocery store doesn't really truly reflect the true cost. If it was an actual job, and if farmers weren't getting, so I'm not saying they shouldn't get subsidies, but at the same time, it's pretty frightening. I went over the article. Let's see, the White House and DHS deny the rules amount to a blueprint for mass deportation. But while the new policies call for a surge in the deployment of immigration judges and other personnel, DHS officials say the agency is not planning mass deportations, and that these new policies will take some time to implement. So let's just boil the frog slowly. in the
Yeah.
water and see how it goes.
Yeah.
They want to expand the use of so-called expedited removal, in which migrants do not appear before an immigration judge before being deported. Under Obama's
get rid of that whole right to a trial.
Right.
I guess they think because while they're here illegally, they don't deserve a trial.
Yeah, well, it just under Obama, those expedited deportations have been limited to those in the country for 2 weeks or less and within 100 miles of the border. DHS officials said they could seek to expand the use of the expedited removal of all over the country for immigrants who have been in the U.S. for up to 2 years.
Wow.
These rules have not been finalized, but you can see the push and the way it's going.
Yeah.
And as scary as Obama's notes and little things Trump, as scary as what Trump was saying about it, these actual rules as you read them, they're even scarier than what he's proposed. So I don't know, another day in Trumpocalypse.
Yeah,
I guess
another day in Trump land.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
our galaxy's getting a few more planets.
That's the one I pulled up. That's the story I pulled up, or I was sitting there waiting for to talk about that one.
Thanks to the Kepler telescope,
yeah,
they're finding a lot more planets that they were not aware of. We always suspected there was a lot of planets out there, but now we're actually finding them.
Yes,
we're finding a lot of planets that are more Earth-like than we imagined.
Mm-hmm.
We're also finding some planets I think that are Star Wars and Star Trek relatable.
Yeah,
they found one that they relate to Tatooine.
Yep.
It has two suns.
The forces out there.
There was a story a while back that we had talked about. They had found what looked like an Earth-like planet, but it turns out that the sun or the star that it revolves around is too dim to actually be able to support life. It's not like ours. It couldn't support life. The planet wouldn't be able to support life because it's like a red dwarf or something, and it would literally be stripping away the any life that would be on the planet because of all the radiation.
It's a Kellyanne Conway sun.
It's sort of like our president.
Yeah.
Strips away all life wherever he goes.
Orange.
Too dim, too orange, too much radiation.
Yeah. So there was speaking of Trump real quick here. Now this was something I had seen. I'm on the app Candid, and Packard Pokes At is one of the groups that's on Candid. This is now as much as I hate Trump, someone had posted this in the funny group, and I kind of liked it myself. It says Trump meeting with the Black Caucus. Tense, awkward silence. Trump goes, I also hate it when people ask to touch my hair.
Oh God. Well, they want to see if it's going to chirp like a tribble.
Yeah.
Don't you want the Klingons to be a real thing, just so that one would approach Trump and his hair would just start flipping out?
Then tribbles would have to be real. Then tribbles would definitely have to be real. Sorry, I had to throw that in there. The whole that ties it in nicely. The whole Klingon in Star Trek there with the planets. Now it turns out that these planets that Tom is talking about, and it says here they all circle and it was 7. It was like winning the slots on the lottery,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But they're also swirling around. Well, orbiting, I suppose is a better word for it. They're circling around a dwarf star named TRAPPIST-1, which is at 39 light years away. And it says it makes it a prime candidate for search of life. I don't think so. If it's around a dwarf star, I don't think so. I really don't think so. Based on what the other one.
I saw this article too. Yeah, and I almost picked it. And it wasn't it originally last year they found 4 exoplanets, and then as they got closer, they zoomed in a little bit more. They found 3 more.
Yeah.
Because this is. I just watched the season finale for season 2 of Rick and Morty, and they wind up on this little planet that you can walk around in a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I could think of today as I was reading this article. Well, there's 7 planets, but they're really small. It's so neat, though. This is really exciting.
Yeah, it is.
How far away is the star, Tom?
It's
Packard, do you know?
Yeah, I do. It says it's 39 light years away. It's under 40 light years. Now, apparently, the star that they're orbiting around It's the size of Jupiter. Jupiter doesn't put out much light, but it does put out a lot of radiation for its size. It's basically Jupiter, and I've said this before, Jupiter is basically a failed star. So if it wasn't for the fact is that Jupiter didn't finish cooking or whatever it needed to do to ignite, Jupiter would probably be a second sun in our skies.
Again, Tatooine.
Yes.
Yeah, although probably not a desert.
Yeah. Well, we probably would be a desert planet, and no life would be here anyway. So
that's true.
I still hold out hope for Titan.
Yeah, so do I.
The moon, that there's life there.
They are planning to trip
where we can get there. Yeah.
Yeah. About the Titan, as far as I know, in 2018 or 2020, that they're planning a trip out that way.
Is Trump going?
I wish he was.
We're sending our leader.
Actually, no. You know why? Actually, no. You know why? Because we don't need to pollute the galaxy with that kind of.
First contact with extraterrestrial life is Trump.
Oh, like the first time this is the first time in history if there's contact with alien life. Like, let us send you our leader.
Let me take you to the famous White House. White House burgers.
If anybody needs an alien probe, it's him.
Yeah, no shit.
As long as they give him a golden shower for the trouble, he'd probably like that.
Yeah.
I loved his response to the accusation. I'm a germaphobe. I would never do that.
Yep.
No germs in urine. Come on.
I'm not an alien.
Well, urine's not exactly 100% sterile, but that's a whole issue.
If someone was peeing on me, the last thing I'd be worried about were germs.
If someone was peeing on me, I'd be in Russia, and my name would be Trump. And they'd be Russian hookers.
Oh. God.
While we are poking at your news, you can poke us at Facebook and Twitter, or poke us with an email at ppapodcast@gmail.com, or leave us a message at 662-709-PPAP. Join us live on YouTube/Packard Pokesat on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Central Time. Be part of the conversation by live chatting with us during the show. Enjoy the show? Help support us by becoming a monthly patron at patreon.com/Packard Pokesat, or look awesome by buying something at cafepress.com/Packard Pokesat. No money, no problem. You can help us by sharing the show with friends and rate us on iTunes and Stitcher. For everyone that shares and rates us, you kick ass.
The Atheists,
the Bible,
and No Wardrobe, the podcast.
Wait a minute. No wardrobe? You mean we're going to be naked while we do this?
Well, seeing how I'm an atheist and I'm reading the Bible, and since clothes are flammable, fire, I thought it might be a good idea to take them all off first.
Naked or not, follow along as we read, analyze, and try to keep you from falling asleep as we go through this boring-ass book.
Find us on iTunes, Stitcher, and Spreaker. Who knows? We may even be on YouTube someday. From the Shit Never Happened department, a woman is warning about shirt wrapped around car's windshield goes viral. Apparently, a woman who lives in Flint, Michigan, Thursday night, spotted a piece of bunch of clothing sitting on her windshield. Someone had draped her blue flannel shirt over the glass and secured it under the windshield wiper. But being wary of putting herself at risk in the dark, the 19-year-old woman didn't pause to remove it. Instead, she got in the car, locked the doors, and then drove away with the shirt on the windshield. That's not dangerous at all.
Okay.
Now she's encouraging others to do in similar situations to follow her example in a message that's gone viral on Facebook with nearly 90,000 shares. He says, there were two cars near me and one was running, so I immediately felt uneasy and I knew I couldn't get out of it. I couldn't get out of it off. What? Couldn't get out of it off? That's the exact quote. It says, I couldn't get out of it off.
Sounds like a Trump quote.
It sounds like a Trump quote. She explained further in the post, luckily, I knew better than to remove the shirt with cars around me, so I drove off to a place where I could safely and quickly roll down my window and got the shirt off. Kinky.
I drove with it safely with it on my windshield.
Right. She later told NBC or CBS News that her mother warned her about potential tricks people could use to lure women out of their cars. You weren't even in your car, woman. The woman wasn't even in her car. She's like, I seen a thing on my windshield, and I immediately got in my car. They didn't lure you back out. You didn't get in the car and go, there's a thing on my windshield. I think I'll take it off now. And she said she posted the incident on it to a uniformed officer that it can happen to anyone that they shouldn't fall for it. She said a lot of people think it can fake or won't happen to them, but you can never be too safe. Now, this is some of the shit that would never happen because they said the police department says this shit has never happened. It's never happened.
Well, shirts happen.
But they're investigating. They are investigating. They're looking at mall security and surveillance. But he assures the residents that it's not common practice and it's not in the Flint area, and is no cause for panic.
Here's my take on this. Somebody found a shirt laying on the ground in the parking lot near her car and thought maybe it was hers, and so they put it under the windshield wiper or whatever, thinking it was hers, and she'd pick it up and take it home.
Yeah.
But
this is just
my powers of deduction. Yeah, my powers of deduction aren't the same as hers, and I don't have a mother who's freaked out about everything, warning her about imaginary rapists and whatnot. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
That would be my daughter's mother.
Yeah. How do you know she won't be doing the mugging, Tom? I'm kidding. Of course.
Oh God.
Having to reassure my daughter not to be afraid of everything.
Yeah.
Is a constant.
Yeah.
But mommy said, mommy says a lot of things.
Yeah, mommy says a lot of things. Mommy says ghosts are real. And mommy says
what's more likely to be true?
Yes.
To your daughter, those are the conversations you want to having with your kid. What is more likely to be true? What do you think?
Yeah.
What are the odds of this happening?
Yeah, and get that she goes on from now on, when she works until closing time, she'll ask the mall security or the Flint police officer on duty to escort her to her car just to be safe. So as long as she's safe, nobody else can be. Don't worry about that fire alarm going off at the jewelry store that somebody just broke into. She had to be safe to get into her car.
Calls to 911 no longer get put automatically answered from her house probably either, because she just hears some noise outside and calls and says, you need to have somebody come and look. I'm just guessing, but somebody could use a little psychological counseling, I think.
Yeah. Creationist Ken Ham's giant Noah's Ark to feature dinosaur versus giants diorama, because that's the thing.
Well,
dinosaurs versus giants?
Yeah.
Yes.
A new display going into the Creationist Noah's Ark attraction in Kentucky shows that it appears to be a glider style of fights involving humans, giants, and a dinosaur. Ken Ham, founder of the group, says that runs the attraction, tweeted images of the new diorama on Thursday. Oh,
I'm waiting for the dinosaur garburator and dinosaur powered cars like the Flintstones. Maybe Ken Ham will put that in next.
Yeah. Oh gosh. And there's no, and the thing is here, it goes on to explain that scientists estimated that dinosaurs died out 65 million years ago, or a good 64.8 million years before the first Homo sapiens, who ever evolved roughly 200,000 years ago. And there's no scientific evidence of a race of giants.
Or, they could have died 5,000 years ago, and that's what they used to build the pyramids.
Uh-huh. They all built the pyramids, and then they're like, oh, we all died of heart disease.
They all turned to dust. They didn't mummify them.
They all died of heart disease, and then promptly turned into to ashes or some shit. I heard on another podcast just recently that there's the possibility that what they thought were giants, quote unquote, was actually people who have, that thing like giantism, people who end up getting really tall because of pituitary problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they normally don't live very long. And
Yeah,
they've got all kinds of medical problems.
Exactly. They just they can't do anything because they're just so
they can't go around battling dinosaurs.
Certainly not. There's a guy that's at there's a statue of the guy that who's like literally over 7 or 8 feet tall at Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum in the Dells. And you can stand up next to this thing and it's freaking huge. And the guy, he could barely stand without holding on to shit to help get himself up because he was just it would just weakened his bones so bad.
And he was like a teenager, and he died of basically he got a scratch on his foot.
Yeah,
and he died of sepsis.
Yep, sepsis. Yep.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah, but it's the whole notion of giants is just so it's right up there with flat Earth and I forget what they call it, but the sun revolving around the Earth, which there are people who actually believe that.
Heliocentric. Centricism. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, the Bible said it must be true. The reports that first came back was supposedly when the Hebrews crossed over into Jordan, came back and brought back huge, bunches of grapes and everything, and everything was supposed to be,
I gotta say,
bigger and better or something.
I've got to say, when first time I heard the word Hebrews, it sounded like somebody who knew how to brew beer or brew alcohol. He brews. Yeah, he's the brew. He knows how to brew. That's not anti-Semitic, is it? All? Is it? He's good at alcohol. He brews.
The Toner Doll Company has come out with something that we've all been sadly missing in all our children's lives.
Oh, what's
the
that?
First transgender doll.
Wow.
Cool.
Boy doll that you can dress up like a girl.
You could.
I remember my sister doing that when I was little with my G.I. Joes, but I just have a transvestite doll.
You can pretty much do those with the dolls that are out there now. They just take off the head, just knock off the head. You put G.I. Joe's head on Barbie, and then Barbie walks around all confused.
Well, unless G.I. Joe had gender reassignment, and then he does have long hair. He wears some.
Yeah. Well, they're all smooth down there, so.
Well, I was gonna say I think G.I. Joe already had gender reassignment because he's got nothing down there.
G.I. Joe and
he's got nothing down there.
They got neither one of them got anything down there.
I've heard.
They got gender unassignment.
I've heard. I didn't have a G.I. Joe. I asked for one. My parents didn't buy it for me though.
Oh.
It's funny. My sisters had Dawn dolls, which are like half the size of Barbies. So they're using my G.I. Joes as like giants to their dolls. Giant men.
Speaking of dolls, real quick here, but then we'll close out the show here. A fed up artist from Wisconsin created a very, 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 very NSFW Trump troll doll.
Oh, I loved that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this one here, it's 4.75 inches tall and 4 inches wide. And it also comes with a little Android cell phone in hand, so President Troll is ready to Twitter when ready. The best part, now this is a Kickstarter, mind you, so we generally have a rule against doing Kickstarters for shows, but this was too funny to pass up. They're $25 a pop, and the thing is, it looks like Donald Trump, sort of, and he has a little tiny penis. Itty bitty tiny penis. Otherwise, it's basically the same troll body with Donald Trump's head on it and the cell phone in the hand. So I'm wondering, though, he's probably going to get copyright infringement from the troll people who make these troll dolls because he's got the wild ass hair at the top too. So,
well, Trump's got wild ass hair, so
yeah, that's true. But I mean, the trolls generally have that too. But they have it there for a purpose.
All you could do is a comb over on the troll and look like Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does the troll actually have slightly less hair, and it's trying to cover up that massive bald spot? Yeah.
No, it's got a big ass full head of hair, and it's only blonde. Comes in blonde. Guy has a copyright named Chuck Williams on there. So, and he's apparently from northern Wisconsin here too. So it says upstate Wisconsin, doesn't say where. but it does say upstate Wisconsin.
Huh.
So that could be near. That could be my next door neighbor for all I know. So I don't know.
So that's what he's cooking up. Okay.
Yeah. So. One last thing here, programming note. For Friday, we planned on doing a show about debates and things like that, but the person who was supposed to help us with that has had other plans come up, so they're unavailable, unfortunately. So we're going to have another topic for this Friday at 9 p.m. Central Time for our OK Let's Talk. So what we're going to talk about, I don't know yet, but we will.
It'll be topical.
It'll be topical.
Yes. So only put it on the outside. Don't ingest it.
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
And that's a wrap.